I'm Steve Cox, CTO for Technology Services Group. My job is to focus around strategy, future direction, looking what's going on in the industry, bringing that technology back to our business so that we can deliver it to our customers. No, everybody's affected, and I think it's people look at IT security in different ways. I mean, for me, the main points of IT security fit around, web security, email security, and endpoint security. And I think people don't take an approach to looking at securing all of those points and leaving themselves vulnerable. So from that point of view, everybody's affected. But if you look at what goes on in the industry now, everybody has some kind of security. Most people not enough, but everybody's affected by this. I think it's a mixture of all those things. I mean, carelessness is one thing, password security, people writing down passwords, wireless security keys, leaving them around on their desk, not disposing of paper properly, I think is an issue. But also I think lack of understanding of what is required to create a secure network. I think people look at it in terms of spending money buying products that they think that they need, rather than looking at what it is they want to achieve as a business. But it's not a problem that just technology can solve. I think you've got to look at policy as well. So user policy, business policy, making sure that the right things are done that will enhance the technology that's used to provide a secure environment. Well, I think if you look at what some of the key vendors have done now in the marketplace is they've created what they call complete or total security suites. And although you can never be complete or total in security, I think what you can do is, best practice. So I'd advise anyone to look at a vendor, take a suite of products to give them at least some best practice basic security. And I think just adopt some common sense principles in terms of making sure that people change their passwords, that they don't write down information, and just raise awareness for people. So this isn't a let's go down the ISO route and drive policy throughout our business. It's just applying some common sense policies that you think that people should look to do to make sure that the environments are secure as possible. I think the biggest change that I've seen is the prize for the bad guys, if you like, in terms of what they can get from it. Cybercrime is now more profitable than the drug trade. And it's one of those things where the penalties are a lot less, and it's a lot easier to hide, and it's a lot easier to do from a remote location. And I think because of that, there's more and more people getting into it. I think if you look at what's available on the web now, this has been turned into a business. Cybercrime itself is a business. The tools to create cybercrime are a business, and the tools are falling into hands of people that not necessarily have got the skills to use them for what the bad guys intended, which is just creating havoc. So I think people have become more web focused as well. People have become more social media focused. People are more used to clicking links to get pictures to websites, Facebook, Twitter. And I think that's just driven an attitude of it's all right to click here, there and everywhere. And I think that has people prey on that. So I think now more than ever, people need to think about just having the basics of security right to make sure that, that the stuff that's 9, 10 years old, that's still out there, that's still affecting people that are unprotected, just doesn't get through. I think cloud's one of those difficult things that you can cut either way. I mean, I've taken an objective view. I could argue either way, security for or security against. I think cloud shouldn't be approached from a do I think it's secure or do I not think it's secure point of view, so therefore should I use it. I think the first thing to look at is, what do I want to do in my business? How can I use technology? How can the cloud help me to use that technology? And then understand the security implications of either delivering it on premise, in the cloud, or hybrid. And I think once you've got that information and you know what's right for your business, you can then look at the security factors. Nothing's ever going to be infallible, and I think you have to make a decision about how comfortable are you with the levels of security on offer. And I think once you get to that point of view, then you can make a decision about cloud. But I don't think it should be a straight, is it secure or isn't it secure argument. So for me, most businesses are not interested in security and even technology. Most businesses, small, medium businesses, want to run their business. They're interested in what they do. If you're a solicitor, you're interested in looking after your customers' affairs. If you're an estate agent, you're looking into selling customers' houses. I think what people need to do is find somebody they trust. Look for an IT company or an IT services company who you can work with, who you can trust to give you best advice. Let them do the work in the marketplace. Let them look at the products and understand what's required and take advice. We tend to look at offering, a suite of products, a platform, for which people can run their business on. It's a secure platform, it's a sound platform, and I think if I was to give a small business one piece of advice is don't try and understand the technology. Try and understand what it is you want to do with your business, then speak to a technology advisor you trust and let them determine the best course of action.